What is the most difficult thing about managing a sales team? Steve, start us off.
I think the most challenging is getting them to comply, getting them to buy in, right? So when you hire a salesperson, they're generally very independent. They have a pretty good ego, not the negative ego, but like they have like good amount of self-confidence. And by nature, they're not rule followers. So getting them to buy in is really, really challenging. The biggest thing for us is, in order to get them to buy in, is to have them understand how they win. And we spend a lot of time helping them fulfill their purpose and their why. But consistently, the most challenging is getting them to buy in and follow the freaking processes and procedures.
I feel like Steve's got some experience with this, and
You're one of my salespeople.
I feel like there's been a direct hit towards myself. Anyways, next up, RJ. What's the most difficult part?
I think it's managing their motivation. Typically, sales teams are going to be commission based, and they might have their own individual goals on how much money they want to make, and that doesn't necessarily align with what the company needs them to do. That's been a consistent theme of ours over the years is, hey, they get complacent where they're happy where they are, and you're trying to push the business to do more in revenue and do more in sales, and it doesn't necessarily align with their own motivation. So for me and for us, it's always been managing that motivation.
Managing motivation. I like it. All right. Leon, what are your thoughts?
I'm on a similar line there with RJ, but I think it's, for me, having managed sales teams in corporate for 9 of my 11 years in the corporate space. For me, it was getting the most out of each individual salesperson for the betterment of the team without burning them out. That balancing act that every sales manager, I guarantee every sales manager that's listening to this podcast or currently managing teams within real estate, it's that balancing act of pressure, production, and loving on your team so they understand that you have their best interest, but that balancing act for them without burning them out. Because you can only push so hard, and everyone, to RJ's point, their motivations are different, but getting that entire unit working together without burning them out.
Ding, ding. CJ, what do you got?
Yeah, man, I'd say trying to keep them from like leaving their role, right? Like, I think the sales piece in a business is one of the most critical parts of the machine. But often I think, like Steve said, it's one filled with ego. You got to have strong confidence and ego to be successful as a salesperson, I think. And oftentimes they can find themselves wanting to be in another position, maybe wanting to be an owner, maybe wanting to be somebody that's, moving in a different direction. And it's just trying to keep them on path, keep them focused on the mission of the company, which is the reality that if they make a lot of money, then you as a business make a lot of money, and everything that you're giving them, the path you're putting them on, is an effort to keep, the business moving in an upward trajectory.
Can I just say that I don't think CJ's answers can count, because right now he's just a voiceover.